Once upon a time, on a small island in the Arabian Sea, there was a kingdom ruled by a king named Scheherazade. Legend had it that he had become a ruthless tyrant, killing 1,000 women over 3 years, and had developed a deep hatred for women after a chance encounter with a young woman who had told him that all women were untrustworthy. But there was one person who was determined to save the countless women from Shahnawaza's cruelty. Her name was Scheherazade, the eldest daughter of the Prime Minister. She had a plan to marry the king and tell him stories every night, stories that were so captivating that he would want to hear the end, delaying the date of her execution day after day. Scheherazade knew that her life was on the line, but she was willing to risk it to save others. When she entered the palace, she started telling the king stories, but she would only tell the beginning and middle, not the ending, knowing that the king would want to hear the end. The first night, Scheherazade told a story of a prince and a princess, but just as the story was getting interesting, she stopped. The king was intrigued and asked her to continue the next night. The second night, Scheherazade told a story of a brave warrior, but again she stopped at the climax. The king couldn't resist and asked her to continue the next night, and so it went on for 1,001 nights. Scheherazade told a story every night, and each one was more captivating than the last. She told stories of adventure, love, bravery, and wisdom. The king couldn't wait to hear the ending of each story, and so he delayed the execution of Scheherazade day after day. As time passed, the king started to change. He began to see the world in a different light, and started to understand that not all women were untrustworthy. He realized that Scheherazade was different, and her stories had touched his heart. He saw the error of his ways and knew that he had to change. Finally, on the 1,001st night, Scheherazade told the last story. The king was moved beyond words and declared that he would spare Shahrazade's life. He swore in the name of Allah that he had decided not to kill her and would record her stories, keeping them forever. Scheherazade had succeeded in saving countless women from the king's cruelty, and her stories became a beacon of hope for all those who had suffered at the hands of tyrants. Her bravery and wisdom had changed the heart of a ruthless king, and her legacy would live on for generations to come.